try hard. We're doing more emotes. We haven't had any technical issues yet. Knock on wood. I have to just make sure. It goes okay. I was relatively productive today, which felt really nice. I am going to be putting out a speed paint within the next week that has actual audio. Like, not just music. With words. I'm teaching myself how to do audio editing, and so that my speed paints can have dialogue, and I can actually talk about my art. I've reached past the point of hearing a recording of my voice and wanting to scream because it sounds so terrible and I hate the sound of my own voice. Now it's just like grinding noise in the background where I'm just like neutral on it, where it's terrible, but I spent like 4 hours having to talk and then listen to the talking and then talk and then listen to the talking. I don't know why anyone listens to me. My voice is so annoying. Anyway, we're gonna draw more emotes. Haha! I also have an energy drink, so I'm gonna be really excited the whole stream. I'm gonna keep my energy up. Ready. Let's not have this discussion because you are wrong. Now we're gonna be coloring like my least favorite emote. That's fair, but the reasons why I hate my voice is that it's very high and very grating, and I seem to reach new decibel levels of pain. But I would like to stop talking about this. So I'm gonna talk about how this is my least favorite emote. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, it's just not my favorite. You like all the crying emotes? I really only like the one crying emote where you're like really angry but crying. You know what? That's fair. We did not do an emote where you're just barely starting to cry. That might be for the next emote batch. Because after this, I'm done with emotes for a little while. Try hard. Okay? Do not ask for any more. Maybe. Maybe the animated one will be like starting to cry and then leading into this. I keep forgetting I'm gonna have to do animated emotes for you, and then you so kindly remind me of that terrible fact. So kind. Super concentration! Okay. Line art is hard, guys. Sometimes I have to be quiet and super concentrate and can't look over at the other monitor to look at chat. So I'm trusting all of you to behave for the few minutes that I can't look at chat very often. Yes. Okay. There we go. Nice big curve. I think I'm gonna have to shrink this emote down so I can fit like all of the splash and the curve into the box. It's just a shame that it gets cut off, you know? This much. I think that would make you a Pokemon. You be careful, because then strange people will try to catch you in their balls. Don't want that. That's my dumb dad joke for the day. I've met my dad joke quota. Sometimes I just have to settle for the fact that I'm not going to enjoy something that I'm drawing, and that is the emote. And that's okay! I'm getting paid, right? I am not. My art is not paying me. What Pokemon type would you be? There are so many Pokemon types now, I have no idea, like... I don't even know if they still have the same types, because what if they got rid of some of the old ones, which I bet they probably did. I think I would be... What are the scary goth ones? I think I would be one of the scary goth ones that are like the poison swamp cloud one, or that the like ghost chandelier one, or the one that's like just like a tiny Grim Reaper. He's really cute. I think those would be one of the types of Pokemon I would be. And those just dark types. I think I would be a dark type, or I would be a plant type. Complete. Oh, hi Team 420. Hi Fixer, thank you for the tip. I really appreciate it. It makes me giggle that it's 420. I hope you've been doing well. Not doing the fun usual cat girls like you're used to. Doing emotes. We're trying to figure out what type of Pokemon we'd be. What type of Pokemon do you think you would be, Fixer? You're like, I am not only going to be a Pokemon, I'm also Zuko. Give me the ink. I feel like that would be like the like dog that has like fire on it. See, it's not an easy question, is it, Fixer? I kind of wanna, in all honesty, I have never played a Pokemon game in my entire life. I used to watch the show a lot as a kid. I never had the games. My brother has played a lot of Pokemon. But I always like seeing the Pokemon combinations drawn semi-realistically that will sometimes pop up on like my Instagram. Those are really, I don't like that. Those are really cool. And I kind of want to draw something like that. Or I would draw myself as like a Pokemon trainer. Abra, smart and sleepy. Abra was the one with the spoons, right? Because eventually he evolves into Abracadabra. I need to make this thicker. I guess I could just make this one thinner, which would be easier and fit better. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. so he turns into Ever, then Kadabra. So Ebra, then Kadabra, and then Alakazam. Okay. He's like yellow and he's got the spoons. He's cute. I've seen someone who has like a giant Snorlax bed, and I want it. Oh god, I want it so much. Like, Pokemon aside, Snorlax is the best. And the little guy that's like the starter that turns into Snorlax, I can't remember what he's called, but he is adorable and I love him too. Is he like Machamp or something? That might be from something else. Or Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur is the best. I will probably at some point draw adorable little Bulbasaurs because Bulbasaur is really my favorite. Okay, I think that's like swishy enough to be big sad tears. Munchlax! That's his name, Munchlax, because he eats a lot. And then he yells at Snorlax. Yeah. This is how I remember Pokemon, is by how they interact. Ah. There was like that new Pokemon that's like a sheep too. That one's really cute. I know they already have a sheep type Pokemon, but I like the newer one better because it's cuter, in my mind. I should draw Pokemon. They're so fucking cute. I didn't have anything interesting happen. Nothing really interesting happened this week. My life is pretty boring day to day. Yeah, I didn't draw eyes on this emote because I was like, I don't even know what kind of eyes would work for this facial expression. So I just drew the tears to the point where I was like, the eyes would be here. Like what I do, I guess I could do this. That just looks weird. Yeah, I guess boring is better. I mean, nothing interesting happened in my life this week. This week, the world fell apart. I don't want to talk about it. There's a song I need to find, a terrible song, an awful song, that is like Tumblr exclusive, that I need to find so I can post in my Discord. Just traumatize people. I've been trying to be more open about like my music preferences because I have been bullied for my music preferences before. And I know that my music choices aren't good. I'm not gonna pretend that they are. But I like them. So that's why I made the music channel in my Discord. Of like, what are you listening to? So people can share their music choices and I can share mine. I can be like, ah, look, I'm not the only person who listens to bad music sometimes. This is Harris Heller, his album No, I'm sorry. This is his album Arcade. He does copyright-free, streamable. Anyway, he does copyright-free, streamable, lo-fi music, and it's actually some pretty good stuff. For my speed paint videos that I'll do on YouTube, I've been lately doing Muse? I don't know how to pronounce his username. It's like M-U-U-Y. And he does a lot of like the creepy horror type music, and I really like it, but I'm also realizing that it might not fit the aesthetic for a lot of my speed paints because they're like cat girls or emotes or mermaids. I'm like, maybe even though I love creepy music should not be the main music that I use for my speed paints, so I have to change it. I might use hairstyle. But yeah, 2 tracks by Lemon Demon is fantastic. I don't know what why. Oh, if you know, you know. Yeah, okay. I was like, what does that acronym mean? It took me a second. I am old. I do not know all of the hip kid acronyms. Okay, Harris Heller. It's Harrisheller. Here, let me just... Boop. How do I... There we go. That is the album link that I just posted. So what we are listening to right now. It kind of, like this song specifically, because this is the main playlist that I use when I stream, reminds me a lot of, like, Bomberman? Yeah, no problem. If you guys ever played that, I did not ever play the original Bomberman. I played, like, the Xbox 360 Bomberman release with my parents. Like, that's what we would do every night when I was little for a while, was we'd have dinner, homework would be done, and then we would play like 2 or 3 games of Bomberman, and it was the best. My mom, I was pretty good at it. I got pretty good at it. My mom was not good at it, but she loved playing, and my dad was amazing at it because he had all the time in the world to practice. He's also very good at video games. But my brother was like 3 or 4 at the time, at the age where like we would give him a controller that was not plugged in or have any batteries, and we would set up like a computer character to play as him, and we would tell him that was him, right? We did this for way too long until he was like, it's not doing what I want it to do, and we're like, oh, no, we can't do that anymore. But so my dad was really good. So, but he would always wait to like try and kill my brother and I last. Like he would go in order. He would try to kill mom, and then he would try to go for me, and then he would try to kill the computer one last. If it went out of order because like one of us got in his way, oh well, it happened. But there was one time when he was gearing up to kill the computer character, and my mom and I were out, and by some fluke, the computer character ended up murdering him. And my dad died. Like, he was so close to winning, and then all of a sudden he just died. And my mom and I lost our minds. Because he doesn't lose at very many games. We were like, oh! What's his username? My brother uses the username Pendragon. Oh, Pendragon, you won! You beat Dad! Like, and he was like, what? I did it! Like, super excited and happy about it. Oh, it was fantastic. It was so cute. I try to remember people's usernames and not use their real names on stream in case they don't want to be hosted like that. My brother is actually on Discord now, so he has a username. When I used to talk about my brother, I would use this really old nickname that I gave him when he was very little. I would call him JJ Binks. Sometimes it was Binks or Binksy, JJ Binks, or JJ Binks Private Eye. And I know that anyone who likes Star Wars is immediately like, so you called him Jar Jar Binks. I did not. Because I was 8 years old, and for some reason in my brain, I was like, this is a name that I have come up with completely on my own. This is my own invention. I'm so smart. JJ Binks. Because I'd only seen the prequels like maybe once or twice. Like, enough for my dad to be like, she's seen all the Star Wars movies, but not enough for me to actually like those ones. Which he was a little worried about. So that was the only part I retained, was the cool name JJ Binks. And I didn't think anyone else remembered it. I thought that, like, I was the only one who remembered it until I was on a Skype call with my my mom, my grandparents, my aunts, my uncles, and my brother, right? Because we do like this big family Skype call on Sundays. It's really fun. My mom was like, didn't someone used to call Pendragon Binks or something? And he was like, yes. Ginger used to call me Binksy. He said I called him Jar Jar Binks. I was like, no. I have very distinct memories of the nickname evolving from JJ Binks Private Eye. So I was like, yeah, my 2-year-old brother, he's a detective, to JJ Binks, to just Binks, to Binksy. It is really cute. So once in a while, if you hear me refer to someone as Binksy or Pendragon, it's the same person. Another thing is my parents gave my brother and I very unique names. So that's another reason not to say his name, because it would not be hard to find him. And I try to respect his privacy and everyone's privacy. Because you know what? That's fucking polite. And I've had stalkers, and that's not fun. How they can just get information. It's terrifyingly easy to just get information if you are confident enough. Like, I have made doctor's appointments for my significant other just by calling. I've also been able to get information about their doctor's appointments just by calling and being like, hey, we have to go to this lab and they are driving, but we can't remember the address. Can you tell me, like, what time or, like, what's the address for it? And they just give it to you without asking for any other details. And I'm like, that's so dangerous and bad. Ask for some way to confirm who I am over the phone, please. But maybe that's just my paranoia. Yeah, the only interesting thing about me that's been going on is I'm teaching myself how to create and edit audio clip. There will be no music, it's just talking. I mean, there's music underneath the talking, but I'm not making the music because I can't do that to save my life. That was not me attempting music, that was me just, I don't even know me. Yeah. I was pressing the keyboard buttons on my computer and my brain was like, sing a little song about the keyboard buttons. I know I'm making her shirt gray like the entire time, but it's a good neutral color. The keyboard song. Okay, maybe I could do lo-fi music. That's just beeps and trills. It would not be very relaxing, but it would probably be that weird ambient noise. And I wouldn't synthesize it. It would legitimately just be me going with my mouth. That's almost as good as my hot tub stream idea. No! That's not what I wanted. There we go. Thank you. And my hot tub stream ideas are... Yes. Okay. I will die on this though. I'm keeping those hot tub stream ideas to use in the future. I'm going to do it. It's gonna happen. And it will also involve Art and I's ability to buy a hot tub. Hot tubs kind of scare me because they're like big bathtubs but with chemicals, and I will absolutely fall asleep in one a day. Like, it's not even a question of, well, she might not. I will. I most certainly will. I want like this shade of white. Is it a white white? It is. Oh, it's not a white white. It's almost white. I like this white. Alright. Use this white. Oh, it's a blue white. I missed a spot with the skin. I really should just make Art his own color palette. Oh, apparently I didn't miss a spot with the skin. Okay. That way I don't have to like keep going back to the other emotes to get colors, but will I do it? Looking for a good, like, neutral version of his hair. There we go. A mid-tone, that's what it is. Now on yesterday's stream, like a dumbass, I accidentally colored the tears on the hair base layer. Definitely fucked some of the blending up. Not noticeable anymore, I fixed it. But it's a nightmare. Yesterday just did not go well. I'm really excited these emotes in use and to later on have them as stickers. I'm so excited. I'm gonna put them everywhere. Right. Now I want to back up a little bit. I'm gonna take a look at like these two. See, this is the one I struggled with a little bit yesterday. Okay, it's like a lighter blue. Good. Or it's the exact same blue and I'm just being ridiculous. Yeah, make the tears white and foamy. That's weird at all. White and foamy tears. Oh, I'm realizing. I truly hope that it say the correct scientific terms for dirty things, is that allowed on Twitch, or will I still get banned? If anything, if any fluid that comes out of your body is foamy to any degree, you should see a doctor. There should be no foam in you. We are not foamy creatures. The liquid should be thick or runny, but they should be fully liquid. There should be no bubble, like air, foamy air bubbles. This is terrible. This is on the internet forever. Water splashies are fun. Hi, Gecko! We are uncarbonated! If you drink so much carbonated water that all your fluids become carbonated, the dangers of carbonated water. How are you doing, Gecko? You truly came in at the best time. Yep. Oh. Uncarbonated and uncut. Oh. I'm excited to be like already on the second row of these emotes. Ooh, you got a tarot reading. That sounds really fun. Who did it? Tell me who. I am interested in these things. Tell me. Was it good? Do you want to share? I've had my cards read once, and it was a little scary as to what happened. And then I've done a couple of readings because I have my own tarot card set because they're just for fun. And it was a little weirdly like accurate to the situation the person was in. But that, again, that's all if you deal with it, if you believe in that whole thing. It's just a fun time. I kind of want to make tarot cards, like design and illustrate them. I think that would be really cool. But there are like 75 of them for one deck. And I don't want to do that to myself. I'm struggling just with 24 emotes, and they're tiny and chibi. Maybe I'll just do like a few illustrations of them, where it's like fun. Okay, now, actually I'm gonna do a whole another layer for this part of the tiers, just for right now, before I merge them all together. Yeah, I think getting a tarot reading done would be fun. Oh! You just gotta let her deal with her own stuff. Wait, so your coworker did a tarot reading for you? Like in the break room, she just had her cards spread out and you're like, what are you doing? And she's like, I'm reading my tarot cards to decide if I should eat an orange or an apple with my lunch today. And you're like, alright. And she's like, do you want me to do a reading for you? Like, that's how I'm imagining it. In a weird, creepy, high-pitched, like, very grandma, shaky voice. That sounds like a fun work shift. I'm glad it was relatively generic and they weren't like, you'll die in 7 days if you don't buy this weird crystal. crystal necklace and wrap it around your head and wear it as a headband for the next fortnight. That's what I imagine for bad tarot reading. When you get told you're gonna die, you get scammed into buying an object, and you have to wear it in a very visible public place for a specific amount of time if you don't want to die. The worst part is, like, what if you wore it and then it caused your death? Like, you took the crystal headband, you wrapped it around your head, you were wearing it for the whole fortnight, and on the last day, like, the glint, you're walking across the street, and the glint from the crystal on the headband blinds a driver who's turning left, and they run you over. And that's a different kind of self-fulfilling prophecy now, isn't it? I have never had a coworker offer to give me a tarot reading. I've had roommates do it, and I was unimpressed. But that's okay. Oh, I remember that show! I was allowed to watch a few episodes of that show, but I think there's like one character who was like a drug addict who died and became a reaper or something, so my parents were like, oh, we don't want you watching a lot of this show. But I remember she died from a toilet seat falling off of an airplane or something, and it hit her in the head and she died. That was kind of a cool show. I remember liking what I saw. I wonder if it's on Netflix. Maybe I should check it out. Oh, the MIR space station. That is even worse than an airplane. There was another show that I saw a few episodes of when I was younger and really wanted to watch more of, which was called Pushing Up Daisies. And it was this guy where if he touched something dead, it would come back to life. And if he touched it again within I think it was 2 or 3 minutes, like it was timed perfectly, it would die again. But if he didn't do that and send it back to dead, the next person or living thing he touched would die. It was super weird, but it was so cool. His job was he was like a baker, and but he would also sometimes help solve murders by talking to dead people. I wonder why I like creepy stuff so much, and then I think about some of the very few things I was exposed to as a kid, very briefly. I'm like, anytime I showed interest in it, I'd be like, oh, that's really cool, and my parents would be like, oh no, that's too creepy, and then they'd be like, they would take it away, and I'm like, no, and it would, like a cat. When you section off a part of your house for a cat, and that's the only thing the cat focuses on. The hyperfixation of, I cannot have it, so it must be so cool. Yep. I mean, my parents, my dad was at least also into the creepy stuff a lot. He just tried not to expose me to the creepiest of the creepy stuff. Merge. No! Okay. Now what I'll do. Take this almost white color and I will. No! I messed up. Forgot to do that. There we go. This. And then we'll use the brush to fade it out. that's all the flat colors done. Now we will do the shading. Gonna get rid of this. There we go. Energy drink really helps. I have an issue with caffeine. Oh, thank you. I have an issue with caffeine where I'm usually so over-caffeinated that, like, nothing can keep me awake except for an energy drink. Like, coffee helps me be alive and be a person, and I need that. But then if I'm tired and I want to feel awake, I have to have an energy drink. And I've done this to myself. I know it's my own issue. It's absolutely because I'm just over-caffeinated. Now, I can't remember if I know I didn't do it with it. Do I really keep everything separated? No, I don't. No, I don't. Okay. I merge all of it. Couldn't remember for a sec. Okay. This dark color. I think that's what I use. No, I think it's like a dark purple one. Yeah. Pardon me, I just can't remember what I used for art. Wait, I was gonna multiply. So much shadow in the mouth. It's like it's an enclosed space. It's just a wet flesh cave. Remember, kids, your mouth is just a wet flesh cave. And only food goes in it. I would be the best health teacher ever. I would just like to state that as a fact. You don't like wet flesh cake? I should make porn titles. Adult female pretending to be student. Has coitus with her adult consenting male teacher. She uses her wet flesh cave to enclose his erection. And that is where the teaching has to stop because I don't want to get banned from it. Okay, now I need to get off of this for a minute. I need to fill in these tiny pixels. I wanted to be a teacher for a very long time, actually. And I'm very glad I'm not. I have a lot of respect for teachers. I don't think they get paid well enough. But I'm also glad it's not the position I'm in. I think it would be cool to teach classes in my free time. But I told codes they have. Yep. I mean, that's kind of what I'll be doing. I'll eventually be posting like some very basic art tutorials on YouTube. It'll be fun, and probably doing like some of the work for it here, so you guys can follow along and ask questions, which is always really cool. I have taught some like small after school thing back in high school, and that was actually really fun. I liked it. We had something called Art with the Community Night at my high school, where to raise money for the National Art Honor Society, we would hold a night where people could come in, and for an hour they would get to essentially go through a art class that was taught by the students. And it was 2.5 hours long, where the first hour was for the first class that you would sign up for. Then you get like 30 minutes to do whatever, I guess. But we also had snacks, so I guess maybe it was for eating. And then the last hour was for the second class. And I taught one of those. And then I went around and I helped during the second hour. It was actually really fun. A lot of it was kind of like grade school or middle school kids or family members from the National Art Honor Society. But I really liked it. I remember on this, I only got to do it once. But, yeah, I think I'd like to do something like that again. There just aren't a lot of options, like volunteer options. I don't have any free time right now to do that. I remember during the second hour when I was going around helping, so what I did is, for the first hour, we were just using acrylic paint, and we were painting, like a piece of plastic fruit. We would set up like a bunch of them on the different tables and everything. So I painted a blue apple on a red painted background, and then I put it up on the artboard, which, I mean, was something that was technically only reserved for people that the art teacher had, like, pieces that the art teacher deemed the best of the best that had gotten A's, right? But I was on really good terms with him, so for the night I put it up. I was like, this is hideous, and I'm gonna put it up, and he's gonna see it tomorrow, and he's gonna be pissed. This was the art teacher everyone was afraid of, because he was yelling, was very manic. He was actually a pretty good guy. Anyway, so I put it up, and then during the second hour I'm walking around, kind of like helping people, refilling water cups, all that good stuff. And there's this little girl, and most of the people had like parents or aunts or uncles around them, but not everyone did, because it was Art with the Community Night, and so some people who had multiple kids would like send their older kids to go to a class on their own while they watched the younger ones. And there is this girl, she might have been in like, I want to say 4th or 5th grade, and she's painting as hard as she can, and she just looks like she's about to cry. And I came over and I squatted down next to her, and I was like, hey, what's going on? And she kind of mumbled about how she was upset. It doesn't look like the apple. Like, she was really upset that it didn't look like the plastic apple that she had in front of her on her in front of her little board, and she was really upset. Like, she was near tears with how upset, like, that she didn't think she was good enough with it. And I was like, hey, it's okay. Do you see that up there? And I pointed to the one I put up there, and she kind of nodded, and I go, that's an apple. Does it look like an apple? And she kind of shook her head a little bit, and I go, that's okay. I drew that, and I know it doesn't look like an apple, but I think it looks pretty cool. So it doesn't matter if it looks like an apple or not. Just work on it until you're happy. And she kind of like, she visibly seemed better and felt better after that, and that made me feel really, really good. I think I said like a couple other more inspiring things that I can't remember in this moment right now. But she was smiling for like the rest of the class, and she was painting a lot lighter and a lot happier. That made me feel really good inside. Come on, please let me use the other tool. Please. Oh, there we go. Okay. Because I had my pen flipped around like a dumbass. No! Why do I keep doing that? Also, one year, for Christmas, I made these, like, how to draw. Your apples look like oranges. You know what? That's fine. Are you happy with your oranges? Do you like that they look like oranges? That's terrible. But also, lemons were invented by people. So, we gave ourselves lemons. We literally created our own problem. What was I back in saying? We did. I can't remember. Jesus Christ. What am I doing? That doesn't even... that doesn't even look good. It's like tolerable now, but only because it will be tiny. Okay, okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. But I just told that story about how I was telling a little girl her painting doesn't have to be perfect, and then I scream about how my work is not perfect. How do I miss all of these tiny spots? Gotta stretch out legs. Oh, and forget my computer. I did it again. You ever just take a drink and realize that you don't remember how to do that? Feel it? Like this. Steve? Yeah, I said it. Steve. We're going back to the early 2000s with that word, I think. So I had a problem with my work computer this week. That's something that happened. So I had a problem with my work computer this week. So we do, like most office work, we do a lot of things on a shared drive. Well, the computers all went through an update on like Thursday. And then, so end of the day Thursday, I have to update this sheet that's on the shared drive. Suddenly the shared drive is no longer on my computer. Like, I have no way to get to it. And I'm like, all right. So, talk to my coworkers, and they're not having that problem. But one of them's like, hey, that happened to me once. Try restarting your computer. So I restarted the computer, and it still wasn't there. So I had to send a email to our IT department that's out in, like, fucking Chicago. And it was the end of the day, so I was like, okay, so it's not gonna get taken care of until the next day, which was fine. I shut down the computer, I go home. I come back the next day, the next morning, and suddenly the shared drive is back. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. The IT guy messages me a little bit later in the morning. He's like, hey, are you still having that problem? I'm like, no, it's back. And he's like, okay. I was like, I didn't do anything different. He's like, huh, well, that's mysterious. And that was like it. Like, that was the end of his interaction, essentially. He was, and I'm like, is that just it? Just sometimes technology is a mystery. If only we could know how it worked. Just one of nature's strange gifts. And I just... But I had so many technical issues during yesterday's stream that part of me is like, maybe it is a mystery. Maybe we really don't know how anything works. Because now everything is running fantastically. Technology is a mystery. We taught a rock how to think. Of course, we don't understand how it happened. Only the wizards who live in their remote towers drinking Mountain Dew and eating Doritos. Right? That's like the gamer fuel thing, right? Is the Mountain Dew and Doritos, which are things I both love. I just don't play video games. I'm gonna be so excited to be done with these goddamn emotes. As fun as it has been to do them, it has been very fun actually. I'm very excited to move on to fantasy comics on Webtoon, and essentially like every fantasy comic I've read that takes place in a fantastical world, instead of science, they just have magic. And they have wizards dedicated to the Tower of Magic and the learning and research behind magic and understanding magic. And I'm like, all right, cool. You wanted magic in your world and you wanted it to be an integral part, but like, why not have both? Why are you essentially making magic science? Why are you making science magic? Why can't you just have both? Alright. Hope this doesn't end up looking like trash. That's half of what my art process is just, I'm doing the thing. Please don't look like trash. If I somehow manage to gain the unofficial title of Bob Ross of Twitch, instead of saying happy little trees and stuff like that, I'm gonna make noises when I draw and be like, and now we swoosh. I think that's the equivalent. I think that's a good choice to make. Now take your stylus and swoosh. 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 Nope, that was a bad swoosh. Swoosh. No. Bob Ross wasn't always calm. He was... Okay, yeah, he was. Whoosh. Maybe when I'm old. If I'm old and I'm still streaming on Twitch, I'll become the next Bob Ross. And I'll be super calm and I'll be like all zen-like. And then people are gonna tell me that they use my videos to fall asleep to. You know what? I'd fall asleep to Bob Ross. That sounds really nice. Do you know what sounds really nice? Getting intoxicated and watching Bob Ross. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna bookmark a weekend to do that. Because the next day I'm gonna be hungover and watching Bob Ross. These sound like good adult weekend plans to me. What did you do with your weekend, Netting? Oh, Ginger, what did you do with your weekend? I did drugs and alcohol and watched a painting man. He made me happy. Maybe. I mean, they watching me rant about things makes you feel calm. If you're like, at least I'm not as crazy as this chick. And you're like, huh, maybe my life is more sad. Oh. If I talk about Bob Ross too much, I will fall asleep. I will be very sleepy. It's not that he's boring. He's just so calm that it relaxes my entire brain. And the second I allow my brain that breathing room to relax, my body just collapses. It's just like, haha, we tricked her. Sleep. That is really what it feels like sometimes. Like anytime I'm like, I can take like a 1 hour nap. 6 hours later. Ah! Okay. I know said I would only really do like light shading on this. I'm gonna do a little bit more shading. Just a little bit. Just a tiny bit. Let's do like 2 layers of shading. That's much less than my 3 to 5 layers of shading that I usually do. Do 2 layers. Just maybe our secret extra layer of shading. Oh, how do you make your shading look so good? And I wouldn't possibly use more than 1 layer. I only use 1. Said it was simple. Simple means 1. Aw, I'm glad that I can be like background noise. I don't know. I know that sounds really bad. Where it's like, yay, I'm background noise. But like, I like putting on like a comforting show or a playlist I really like, or lo-fi music while I draw, or while I'm doing like chores and stuff. So when I make my speed paints, I try to just do kind of calming, relaxing music, or what I think of as calming, relaxing music. I've been told it might be really creepy music. And I'm like, oh yeah, I want people to be able to either listen and hang out and pay attention, or just put it on in the background and just relax and just kind of just chill out with it. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds really nice to me, like that. So I'm glad you can do that, Ventus. I'm glad that it's what I went for, and it's what I've achieved. Hooray! I have an itch. Yeah, I like planned out my day today, and I almost completely forgot that eating has to be part of it. Like, I had breakfast, and then I started working on the dialogue audio for speed paint video I'm gonna put out next week, and I forgot to eat for many hours, which is not good for me. It's no bueno. And then when I finally remembered to eat, I was like, so I had to rush to get a snack so I could then go get groceries so that I could then get home and get ready for the stream. And I forgot to put in time to then warm up and eat something for like a lunch dinner thing. That's why the stream was a little late. So I was like, I need to nourish myself. So I had leftover Popeyes. And I feel sleepy. It was so good, but now I feel sleepy. They're biscuits. God. They're like the one chicken place I like. Well, how dare you? Because you're not streaming and you could just go to bed. most of college, and I think I almost died a couple of times. Maybe more than a couple of times. College was weird. College is a weird time, okay? They just lock a bunch of not fully formed adults into one building, and they're like, learn! Your future depends on it. And you have to. It's so weird. And I understand that, like, when I went through it, like, a lot of college was kind of hell for me. But a lot of it was also very fun. And part of my brain is like, we miss those random dopamine rushes and that roller coaster of constant emotions. And then the smart part of my brain goes, you were severely depressed and your anxiety was out of control. What the fuck are you talking about? The most things I learned in college were like real world things that were not taught in a classroom. I very much learned more things outside of the classroom than I did in the classroom. And not all of it was very useful. Or good. I also did not have that cool college experience of going to a bunch of parties because I usually had to work. But I did go to a few parties, and they were very fun, but I was always very embarrassed the next day because I am a lightweight, and all of my friends were heavyweights. And my stupid brain was like, drinking is a competition and you must win. I lost. I always lost. I once strained all of my neck muscles by headbanging too much at a backyard concert. It was really fun, but the next day hurt a lot. That was the party where I woke up the next day and I was like, oh, I'm not hungover for the first time ever. Because I get terrible, terrible hangovers. And I got out of the bed and I realized I wasn't hungover because I was still drunk. I was still very drunk, and as I came down from being drunk over the next series of hours, I became very hungover and very ill, to the point where, like, the room was constantly swaying, like I was on a boat that didn't know how to balance itself. So I just essentially just laid, like, the top half of my body on the dining room table, and I just laid there for a few hours. And that was when I was working technical support from home. So I was also, I think, at work at that time, answering calls and being like, what is wrong with your GPS? Now, whenever I drink, I do it in the privacy of my own home, so that when I do get wasted, I only embarrass myself. I embarrass myself in front of a very limited crowd. So for my 21st birthday, so my birthday is near a holiday. It's like the week of a holiday every year. And so I was with family, and my parents were like, yeah, she's 21. We can take her out to drink rather than just letting me drink at home. And they wanted to go to bars, because this was before COVID. So we went out to bars, because we were in my dad's hometown. And at one point, we went to this nightclub that he used to work at back when he was in college. And it was essentially empty because it was during the break, right? For a holiday. And we we're there, and the DJ comes out of the DJ booth and he's talking to us, right? And it's like me, my dad, my mom, my aunt, my boyfriend, and my cousin. One of my cousins. Oh, I'm sorry, two of my cousins and one of my cousin's girlfriend. So we're not a huge group. My dad and I, because my dad is also a lightweight, who is like, I'm good at drinking. No. And like, he could have been in the past. I don't think he is anymore. Anyway, so my mom. So I see my dad talking to the DJ, and I'm very drunk, and I see my dad talking to the DJ, and then I see the DJ like break away from my dad. I go over to talk to the DJ. And I talk to him about nothing in particular. And then I stop talking to him, I go over to my mom, and my mom's like, I just watched your father catch that poor man into a conversation that he very clearly was trying to leave. And then as soon as he escaped, you caught him, and you like held him hostage completely. And I was like, I know, I did it on purpose. It was hilarious. Like, my mom like just, because it's fun sometimes when you're like, oh, this person doesn't want to be around. I'm just gonna talk about ridiculous shit. My dad and I are very similar people. It sounds so mean, but it's very fun. When it's just a stranger you don't know and you're just like, alright, we're gonna talk about, I don't know, uteruses. That's usually what I trap the people here into talking about, because it's my Twitch channel. Alright. So that's my very simple level of dating. Drop this down to 40. Alright, but now we're gonna do highlight. First, we're just gonna highlight. That's not how that's. Kind of like these. I don't even know how to say it. Just these bits right here. I don't know why the overlay is doing it like that, but I guess that's. No, I don't like that. I'm thinking. I don't know in any situation where I would be able to use this, like for my own characters. But I really like that very short dialogue interaction where it's like one character who's really smart and they're like, oh, I'm morosexual. Like, what? Like, I'm only attracted to morons. And this really dumb character comes up behind them and they're like, hey, and they say something really dumb. I don't know what a good example of that would be. Where they're just like, hey, is grapefruit a grape? Because these are getting really big, or some stupid shit like that. And then the smart person is like, essentially undressing, and they're like, person be such a fucking idiot. Like, that weird just, you hate yourself for liking them. Ew. That makes sense. That weird kind of interaction. That's what I like in characters. I'm gonna drop this down. Drop it down to like 60. Yeah, 60 is good. I'm gonna blend a lot of these highlights out. I like a lot. I don't want him to look super shiny. Little intense. There we go. I know that putting this level of detail and shading, even if it's like a lot less detail than what I usually put into my pieces, kind of ridiculous for emotes because they're going to be tiny. Who's gonna see this? But it makes me happy, and I like the way they look. I'm really excited to start doing the emotes that are not art. As much fun as it is to draw these cheapies, which it actually really is, I am excited to draw some of the other emotes. Or color in some of the other emotes. I've already drawn them. Because I don't know about other people. I get a little bored drawing the same character over and over. But it could just be because these are so simple and easy that my brain's like, I need something more! More complicated art! Okay. We're gonna reduce this by like 50. Yeah, okay. And now we're gonna do 3 layers of highlight. I know it's a lot of highlight. That's more just so I can get the water shine effect properly. And that's literally all I'm using it for. Hi, Dozeman! What do you want your emote to be doing? If you want me to do an emote of you, I will. But I will need probably at least one reference of you or someone who looks like you. And tell me if there's like an idea, emotion, feeling, or thing you want to convey, or just like a pose. How have you been, Dozeman? An emote of you defending Kiev. I don't know if I can do an emote of an entire city. I think it would be cool to do an emote in support of the Ukraine, but at the same time spreading awareness while, like, I feel weird and insincere if I'm trying to spread awareness about an issue on a platform that I'm not very large on, and also that I'm like kind of benefiting or profiting from, even though I make nothing from Twitch. I don't know. I don't think I would do an emote of you defending Kiev, but I think I pronounced that right. Kiev. But maybe I could do like a hungry. Oh, I did almost cancel the streams this weekend, but I thought maybe people wanted a distraction. Maybe it would be good. And also, I didn't stream last weekend, and I want to be a little consistent, and I want to keep changing my schedule around on you guys. That's just not fun. You know what? That's fair. You're benefiting directly because you get this awesome emote of you defending Kiev. Okay, I'll do it, but I still need a photo of you. I'm gonna hit save. Wait, let me just check on the hit. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Yeah. Look at all of them. Oh, they're coming along so well. Now we move on to the sriracha bottle. Yeah, how have you been, Dozeman? I forgot how weird this fucking rooster looks. Do they even still have a rooster on the sriracha bottle? I think so. I have very much been enjoying the... They do? Okay. That makes me feel a little bit better. Because I use the sriracha with almost every meal. But it has been a while since I've actually looked at the bottle. Usually I'm just like, green top, red underneath. Alright, yes. This is what I wanted. Pull out from fridge. I did not look up a reference for this. You know what? That's fair. Hope it's good vibing. Usually when people say they're vibing, I assume it's good. But you know what? There are bad vibes. It could be bad. I shouldn't just assume that, should I? I feel like it's usually said in a context of something where it's like good or it's chill. This is how I keep up with the slang of the young people. My favorite part of this emote is the squeegee, just squoosh, squoosh from the sriracha bottle. I like drawing these weird swishes. No, I did not like that. I always put too much sriracha. I can't handle spice to save my life. Also, this is gonna be super easy. Just look at the stupid scribbles I'm doing. Sometimes art is as easy as scribbling. You truly could. I think if you tried, you could. Art is okay. So art is very hard, but it's not hard to start. That makes sense. Like it's difficult. It is a skill you have to learn and build up. Like you couldn't do this from day one, but it's also something that you can learn. One of the probably easier things to learn. It's not like it's coding. I say as I redo the same line. You can kind of draw a bird. See? That's a start. Birds are cool. Too bad they're not real. Sometimes when I want to make sure I draw a straight line really well, I hold my breath. It worked. I held my breath that time. It's usually if I have to draw like a semi-long line in like a relative straightness. Because I tried very hard to not use the stabilizer while drawing digitally. Or at least have it to a very low setting. Like, see, it's only set to... Oh, okay. Well, that's the standard that it's set to. I have never changed that. Okay, so it's 6 right now. Let's see what the highest point is at 100. Oh, well, okay. Here. Did it change? Okay. If you do it in Adobe Illustrator, it's very noticeable. I think that the pen can tell. Here, let me try to draw a circle. Ah! like slows things down in a weird way. Now let's turn it all the way up. See, my circles are bad. Do a set to 6? I feel like I'm gonna like notice it a lot throughout here. Maybe the stabilization wasn't on, or it didn't work. I don't know. I really feel like a lot changed. Super concentrating. I'm like half an inch away from my tablet. That's okay. Alright. Oh no! This needs to be a lot smaller than everything else. I don't know what the symbols or even the writing on a sriracha bottle is. I just put in random shapes. There's a smiley face here. They taught you how to draw birds at Good Willie? That sounds awesome. I got yelled at in class for drawing birds. We did not have a bird drawing class. We only had math. How dare you? We did not have artists just brought into our schools. We had sad young college graduates as our art teachers, except for the high school art teacher who had been there for forever. Is that who came? Stupid rich kid schools. Stupid rich kid schools. Yeah. Good Willie was this druid school that Art and Dozeman went to as children. I can't believe you don't remember the dragon bit very well because you're like obsessed with dragon stuff. You play this whole game called like Dungeons and Dragons or something? I know what it is. I also play. Okay, but so I play Dungeons and Dragons online, and Gecko Pony, he is our GM, and what if it turns out that I'm not playing every weekend and instead it's Art using like a voice modulator or something like that and pretending to be me? I don't think the links can show up on in the channel, but if you share it to the Discord, Tryhard can look at it. And then I'll look at it. And then I'll be even more enraged that you guys got to have a cool artist show up to your school. You found his website? So there was a substitute art teacher I once had my junior year of high school, and he would go to the farmer's market every weekend that was like 3 blocks away from my house, and he would do like people's names in fancy calligraphy, and he would do like these weird alien creatures he made up. He was this really cool, chill old guy, and he used to be the art teacher at my high school before the art teacher I had was there. But I didn't know that until he was our substitute teacher, and he recognized me, and he was like, ah! Sorry, I made a loud noise. He was like, ah, it's you! And I was like, it is me! And it is you! And it was really cool to see him there. You know that Art isn't the one controlling my microphone, because I have terrible audio. It's fair. Art actually, like, research and has the time to invest research into his audio, and I'm over here like just asking very specific questions to Google. You know what, that's not a terrible rooster. No reference, it's just from my mind. I don't know what these, I don't know what any of these, I just made them up. If only Discord worked properly. I'm also really happy with like how quickly I've been able to do these emotes. I know they're just emotes, they're very small and they're very simple and they're supposed to be kind of like quick to do, but I don't make very quick art. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, if you can't tell, and I try to make sure everything is as good as I can get it to be, which kinda makes the process real fucking slow. I think this was supposed to be some type of weird fish. Give him... Oh, messed up his eye. Give him some bubbles. Star. Smiley face. No, I don't like that smiley face. Smiley face. Let's go over these shapes I've made. Sharp, squiggle, cent, donut, complex squiggle, almost the same squiggle, another complex squiggle, fish, star, smiley face. What is a missing go? What's a missing go from Pokemon? Is it a type of rooster-based Pokemon? Because that's what this is. It's the rooster. That was my attempt at a rooster noise. letter Pokemon? I don't know. Don't ask me questions like that. I don't know. Now we get to color it. Okay, look, see, there's no stabilization on this one. Missingo is a bug. And I'm trying to summon a quirky demon chicken. Yes, children, use the sauce. That's why it comes in like a pencil pointer shape, so that you can use it to draw all these weird symbols in a circle and summon the spicy chicken demon from hell. Gives you the most delicious spicy chicken you'll ever eat, but at the cost of your soul. Includes a smiley face. Ah. Okay. And no napkins! That is your curse. You will be forced to eat the most delicious spicy chicken you've ever had in your life for eternity, but you get no napkins. Why would you ever need napkins when eating with a spicy red hot sauce? That's just nonsense. Just lick it off. Do you not like coming back from your lunch break looking like you just murdered your lunch and then ate it? Because that's what these sauce splatters will do. I don't know about anyone else, but I've had the sriracha bottle essentially explode at me when I was trying to like squirt sauce out and get me right in the fucking eye. I don't even know how that happens. It was pointed down. How did I get sauce in my eye? I'm trying really hard not to make a dirty joke about that. Oh god, my coworker made like a Beavis and Butthead joke this Friday. I can't even remember what we said, but we said something ridiculous. And then she was like, Beavis, like did that. The weird little, very iconic laugh. I've never even seen Beavis and Butthead, but I know that stupid laugh. And it was very funny, but at the same time I was like, oh my god, this is one of the oldest references I've heard in a while. The first time I ever ate ribs, I was 13. I had gotten my braces like 2 weeks before that, so they didn't hurt anymore, but I still wasn't used to like eating with them and not getting food stuck in the fucking grill that was my face. So I had ribs for the first time. I was at a semi-nice restaurant with my mother's parents and my brother, and they were like, oh, like the only thing that sounded good on the menu was ribs. And I must have been iron deficient that day or some shit, because I was like, oh, maybe that'll be good. And it was the only thing that sounded appealing. And it was the most delicious thing I've ever eaten in my life. I love ribs. I love my grandmother's ribs the most. But those ribs were also really good. And I ate them so quickly and so much that I didn't even consider like a napkin. So it was essentially just like sauce everywhere. On my hands, it was a little bit like down my arm, it was all over my face. And I would like, and they were like, hey, Ginger, do you want a napkin? And I looked over and said, yes, please. And apparently I just had just meat just in the grill that was my face. Covered in braces, just meat. And they were like, don't talk until you go to the bathroom. I was like, what? I know that hell of a nap. I need the slightly darker green is what I need. Yes, this is perfect. Actually, no. Go back to that other one. Okay. Now, because this is such a simple emote shape, I'm actually going to color the liner for it. I know I didn't do that for a lot of these, but I'm doing it for this one. Probably should have done it for that one, but I'm not going back now. Especially because I and we're gonna make the outline for the sauce like orange. Because it's the actual sauce. It's squirted out. The squeegee squish. spot. I'm glad I caught it now. And that is the wrong. There's a spot there. Trying to catch these spots before they become issues later while I'm shading. Like that one! That spot that's an issue on the liner. Okay. Cool. Now we're gonna do the first shading. Oh. Why? Why do you do this to me? Just thank you. I don't like that. Just take it away. I remember what I wanted to talk about earlier. For one Christmas, I was talking about teaching and stuff. For one Christmas, I made these like how to draw books for specific characters and stuff that I thought my little cousins would really like and that my brother would like. I don't think they ended up liking them very much, but I thought they were really cool and they were really fun to make. And I tried to do characters that I thought like from shows that I knew that they watched, and it was fun. I liked doing that. Not a huge fan of this beep song. That is because it is not in the playlist I liked. Play this one. Alright. How dare Spotify try to recommend more music to me? There. Doesn't it know that I only come to it for very specific songs to listen to? It does. And it still tries to give me other things that I don't like. There we go. Seriously? Just wanted you to play this one out. Okay. Yes, get all the music by this artist, and I'm gonna have to make my own streaming playlist later. Hooray. I feel like I'm ready for like the DJ to drop the beat and start hip-hopping. There we go. It happened. I called it. The beat. It dropped. Move my chair. I really like my desk chair, but it's that. But my floors are uneven. I'm not in like the my floors are just weren't put in well. Literally, I live in an attic apartment essentially. The floors slant different direction, two different directions. Right, now we're doing highlights. Everyone's favorite bit. That gross. is like the beginning to an anime. It's an anime intro type lo-fi music. Alright, we're gonna do one more highlight layer. Because it's all shiny. It's all shiny. Look at that. That is a nice looking sriracha bottle. Very happy with it. This might be my new favorite emote. Ah! Look! We're so close! Look at I'm so happy. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. Alright, need more energy drink. Now let's also get the pepper done. go. I'm gonna cut this bit off. I don't like it. Okay. Something else that I'm gonna do. There it is. Make it just a little bit bigger. There we go. And it to be a hot pepper. want to finish this emote before we end the stream. So even if it hits 10 o'clock, we're gonna keep going until this emote is done. Hooray! Most really spicy peppers are green, and Art the Tryhard might be like, why is it not a green pepper? Green peppers are hotter than red peppers. Well, I'm making it a red pepper, because red peppers mean spicy in the language of pretend food. And I totally forgot to do this on a different layer, but you know, that's okay. Alright, now fire in the background. I want this to be a little bit more orange here. Yeah, so it's similar, but it's just orangier. Using that. Oh. Why do I keep doing this to myself? Okay. Look at that. Spicy pepper. Damn it, motherfucker. Okay. Why am I not coloring the pepper liner? Because I want the pepper to stand out in the flame. And I'm gonna start coloring in the fire. Firefly Files, pretty amazing. But are you talking about that fun edited introvert version where you just wanna piece right out of there? Is that the new introvert code word for get me the fuck out of this place? Is how fucking good is Firefly by Owl City? How are you doing, Livid Lemmings? So nice of you to stop in. I'm trying to do blending. It is not going easy. I don't know why everything is just all coming out yellow. Okay. thinking about the code word for get me the fuck out of this party as being how fucking good is Firefly by Owl City. And I think if I'm ever at a party again, I'm gonna make sure that the person I go with knows, like, that's my code word. That's my code phrase. If I say that, take me home. I'm done. Okay, now, what if I took all of this stuff that I blended super well, by the way? And I just hit overlay. Goes right back to being nothing. Alright, what if we try add? It looks actually this. Oh no, it doesn't. Okay. Now let's try add glow. I like. Okay. I wanna lessen it a little bit. No, leave it at 100. Yeah. We're just gonna merge all of these. Really only going to be in like the shadows are only going to be in very small niche places on this because of the fire. I mean, really, there should be little to no shading, actually. I like it all. But I'm gonna try anyways! wait, I wanted to set it. Alright. That's about as much shading as we're gonna do because it is on fire. Now we're gonna go into highlight because there's a lot of them because it's on fire. As you can see, I'm really only doing any like highlights or shading on the pepper because it has a solid form and it's not the fire. And I could put more details into the fire and add more highlights and such, but I'm not going to because I want people to focus more on the pepper than on the fire. Fire is just around the pepper. Like I'm even considering fading the fire out a little bit. We're just essentially gonna make this white. Look at that pepper. Oh yeah, that looks good. I'm very happy with that too. But I think I am. Oh, I can't fade the fire out at all. Shit. I did this to myself. That's okay. Alright. And that's gonna be today's stream. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, Gecko Pony, Gecko Pony, Livid Lemming, Tryhard, Ventus, Dozeman, and Fixer all for stopping in and saying hi in chat. Thank you, Fixer, for the tip. Thank you to my Patreons, Gecko the Pony, Fixers, and Livid Lemming. Thanks for everyone who came in, said hi. Thank you to everyone who just stopped by and lurked for a little while. This was really fun, and it was really nice, and it was kind of a nice break from all the craziness that was happening in the world, and I'm really glad I could share it with you guys. I will be back next weekend on Friday, just Friday next weekend. I have family stuff to take care of, so I will not be here on Saturday. I will be posting a speed paint scheduled next Saturday. it will have actual dialogue where I'm talking about some of the sketches and some of my process. So I will see you guys next week. Thank you again so much. Bye.